our stories survive. So I wonder, what does she stand for? Who will she miss? Where are her children? Who will weep when she falls into the sea? Our freedom is natural, just like High John conquered, the maroon swamps, deep country down low, communing with the spirits native to this land of dawn. Our freedom came by starlight, forged by rivers, rootless plants blooming, battling branches, brambles, and bounty hunters, disguised in the tide, in the wake, traceless, faceless, self-emancipating fugitives. Finally, if this house could talk, she'd tell you what she's made of. Brick, mortar, sand, clay, white pine timber, bordered by ballast stones, proud, standing watchful over the wharves, beaming to the sea, a sunshine sanctuary, a refuge for the weary, a joy to the stone-hearted, a safe harbor of rocky shores, a gateway to heaven on earth.
My friend Randy's statement shared his 2008 lecture at Knox Museum in Maine titled African Americans in Maine, 1641 to 1870. Now we know that relative to other states, Maine didn't have many slaves, but also listen to this excerpt from Satan's lecture. The spread of slavery to more towns seems to have coincided with a change in the marketing system for slaves. Slaves were always available from ships who sailed from the West Indies, slave markets in Boston and Portsmouth. There's evidence, however, that Maine itself participated in the slave trade for local purchasers as the market for slaves expanded during the 18th century. As early as 1719, William Pepper was receiving slaves in Kittery on consignment from Antigua. A Wells historian writes that there was a slave factory, a holding place for slaves awaiting sale, in York by the middle of the 1700s. A 1752 Kittery advertisement announced the arrival of a quantity of very likely boys and girls of the blackest sort, and promised reasonable terms for their purchase. By the middle of the 18th century, therefore, the informal trade in slaves had been joined by a more formal market system, end quote. Now in Maine, people love to think there is little racism and revel in the fact that Maine wasn't a slave state. I am inclined to quote Mr. James Baldwin, who said, "People who imagine that history flatters them are impaled on their history like a butterfly on a pin and become incapable of seeing or changing themselves or the world." Echo.
Good prayer.
Echo.
I want that good prayer. Not that talk to God so you don't have to talk to me prayer. I want that talk to God so you can talk to your people how you need to prayer. I want that good prayer. Not that welcome the Lord into your heart pontificating in public prayer. I want that welcome the Lord into your heart privately when you're ready prayer. I want that good